Vandekoy on the Richie Morris Racing Kawasaki. 54, Mikey Rush on a Yamaha. That's the G&G Racing Yamaha. 67, Davis Fisher on the Bob Lanphier Beaverton Motorcycles Kawasaki. The 6, the Bullet Brad Baker on the Indian. 23, Jeffrey Carver. He's also listed on the Carver's Barbecue Kawasaki. Row number 2, 55, Jake Shoemaker. 119, Justin Jones. 64, Danny Eslick. I talked to him just a little bit ago. 96, Cody John Cox. He's on the Yamaha XC07. 101, Matt on the RS750 Honda. On the 133, J.R. Schnabel. He's listed here on the Harley Davidson XG750. Pulling him up to the line.
Our very first 2017 Indian motorcycle victory. Brian, you look like you had it covered from the very beginning. How did it look out there?
It was a ton of fun, man. The track's fun to ride. It's going to be tough to race. I knew the whole shot was important, so that's what I focused on, and luckily it worked out my way.
All right, guys, give it up for Brian Smith, the very first Indian victory right here at Daytona.
Thanks a lot, Bubba, catching up to Brian Smith. Heat race number 2 is already on the line. Lining him up. Jared Mace takes the inside there on that big number 9. He had that number 1 plate for a few years. Now he's back to number 9. Number 20 right beside him. That's Vandekoy. 54, Mikey Rush on the Yamaha. 67, Davis Fisher. 6, the Bullet, Brad Baker. 23, Jeff Carver. That is your front row. The top 8 positions transfer on to a semifinal. From 9th on back, they'll come back in a last chance qualifier. Track is clear. Here we go. Heat race number 2. AMT Twins in Daytona from the center of the track. Out from the inside. The 9 pushing himself to the outside. It's Jeffrey Carver on the very outside. 23, the 9 on the inside. Ryder going down deep in the field. They're getting things sorted out. It's a long ways down to that first corner. Here they come side by side across the start finish line. It's the 20 of Vandekoy on the inside. Meese on the outside, number 9. They had some breaking ups just a little bit to try to get slowed down. 6 of the Bullet, Brad Baker there in the 3rd spot. Carver now in 4th. All riders are working their way through the switchback. Now it's 9:20. Oh, Baker goes down just like Johnson. Takes a couple more riders down with them. They'll get things sorted out right now. The Baker, the Bullet, number 6 is down. 67 of Fisher's down. And the 23 of Carver's down. We're still racing until we see a red flag. Now the red flag is going to fly. Too much carnage on the track. Tough break right there for the 67 bike. 67, 23, and the 6 going down. Baker's had quite a few injuries over the years. It's not good to see him down there. He's holding his left arm very gingerly right now, trying to get himself picked up. Carver's right there trying to help him out. Tough break for the leader. Getting everything taken care of down there. Looks like the Bullet, Brad Baker's the one that's still down, getting everything checked out. Everybody else comes over here to the cold pit area. Again, you're not allowed to work on your motorcycle, but if you do work on your motorcycle, if you need to make some changes, you'll go to the tail end of the field and have to join the pack at the back of the field. We're going to have a complete restart because there's 0 laps completed. Carver had a pretty good hole shot and then got stuck on the outside going into the first corner. The Daytona International Speedway medic crew is on the track. They're down there inside the right-hander to the switchback is what we're calling it before they head up to the TT. There's the 23 bike being pushed off. That's Jeffrey Carver Sr. pushing that motorcycle back to the pit area. Now, they can work on the bikes because they're the reason that brought up the red flag. Again, getting the Bullet, Brad Baker checked out over there in the very center of the racetrack. Hoping everything's all right with him. He's trying to move along just gingerly right now, trying to sit up and gather himself. He's on the factory Indian bike. This is the number 6 bike, the Bullet, Brad Baker, 2013 Grand National Champion for Indian Scout FTR 750. Get everything situated right now. Again, the Bullet, Brad Baker, the rider on the ground. Looks like they're going to get him up and maybe check him out with the paramedics. They've got him on the board right now, so we'll relay any more information we get for you as soon as we can. Bubba Blackwell's down there. Bubba, you learned anything down there in the pit area, buddy?
Yes, Scotty, we're having a lot of fun down here. We're trying to make sure that we've got everything in order. It's kind of an amazing thing to see such amazing, great-looking twin-cylinder motorcycles going over a jump. The way they put these bikes together, shoot, man, I wonder if I could ride one of these before I get out of here tonight.
Bubba. Hope you're having a good time down there. And lots of stuff happening down there. They're trying to thrash on the number 23 bike. We have those Wheeling Lights, our sponsor here of today's event and the 2017 season. The Wheeling Lights, that's the red lights flashing all the way around the racetrack. We appreciate their help for jumping on board and being a sponsor of the AFT, American Flat Track Racing Season. This is a Harley-Davidson event. We'd like to thank the Harley-Davidson Motor Company for helping sponsor this event and getting AFT to inside Daytona International Speedway for the very first time. This is the first time we've seen twins jump since the mid-'80s. And like I spoke about a little while ago, Jay Springsteen was the last rider to win a twins event on a TT Peoria back in 1983. Randy Goss finished second that day. And I know Bubba Schobert, who's listening right now on fanschoice.tv, he finished third that day. So it's cool to see the twins flying again. First time TT. And again, we hope the best. Let's put our hands together for the Bullet Brad Baker. They're putting him in that ambulance right now, going to get him checked out. And we hope everything's A-okay for the number 6 bike. Here's a look at the replay. This is going through the switchback. Here comes the 6. He's right at the bottom of the screen. It looks like the front end just washes out. Carver has nowhere to go and gets right into the back of him. Here's another look at it. 9 still in the lead right here as they come through the switchback. Watch the 6 bike. He's right there in the 3rd spot. Looks like he just lost the front end. Carver had nowhere to go. You can see it's really slick on the inside right there by those cones and the hay bales on the inside of the racetrack. So the Bullet Brad Baker is going to get checked out, and we'll get these things get back underway again. The format is completely different. I'm trying to explain it as we go. But the AFT Twins, we have 3 heat races. The top 8 finishers go to a semifinal. If you don't finish in the top 8, you come back in a last chance qualifier. After our AFT Twins heat races, we'll have AFT Singles heat races. There'll be 5 laps of distance. 1st through 8th, just like the Twins, will go to a semifinal. 9th through 12th comes back in a last chance qualifier. Then we'll have our last chance qualifiers. Twins will go first. There'll be 6 laps up the rest of the semis. Then the AFT Singles will take the top 4 riders just like the Twins to fill up their singles semi. 2 semis for both classes. Each classes will take 1st through 9th to the main event. So what we're doing is the stars are going to race more laps, and you get to see the stars more times than before. So you must run up front to keep on racing. If not, each rider has 1 provisional start card that they can use to make it out of the heat races, to make it into a last chance qualifier, or possibly into a semifinal. We'll keep you abreast of that. There goes the Bullet Brad Baker on that front straightaway, getting him checked out in that ambulance. So just as soon as that track is cleared off, we'll turn him loose again with a complete restart here, heat race number 1. From the racetrack to the road,